Okay, well, hi, it's there, and sorry for raising my voice so much, yesterday, in the last video. It's still the same day, by the way. I just needed to come on and at least say something, and then in recording, pick it up back later. But the reason why I got all flustered for a reason, the game was being silly. But the reason why I got so yelly is because well, it's simple. I'm in a ton of pain right now. When I'm tired, I usually lose a little bit of my limiters, or loosen a bit of my limiters for some reason. Pure tiredness, I guess. And also, I don't feel. Again, I feel very brain foggy, and it's harder for me to get my words out, which I do not like it when I can't get my words out because, well, I'm autistic. I didn't get to speak for the first 4 years of my life, so yeah. When I probably easily could have a lot earlier, but anyway, especially at the normal range, normal speaking age for a pre-modern human, whatever that is, which there's no tests on it, despite we clearly exist, and we have enough numbers because both of my families on my mother's and father's side, as well as Casey on her father's and mother's side, are all pre-modern humans. So it's weird. But anyway, I don't, not D-Mouse, not you. That was the old one. For a child. But yeah, the reason why is I guess I'm tired today. Oh, this is not a good sign. Oh, there you go. That's a good sign. Is that the warthog face? No, it's the shark face. Good. Why only one game? Why only one? All the fueling. Again, you can't go back for some reason. You can't go back for some reason. We still got carry weight. Oh yeah, that's not even full field because why is it just a why is it so funky? Max out. Can I hold it? You can't hold it. That's silly. Like, I'm thankful I didn't go completely off the rails, but still. Where are these pylons? In my playing game? Actually, I'm paranoid now. I'm going to have to check to see if my identification is... Yeah, okay, that's good. And that is why I am paranoid. Why has this been reset? I don't understand. And why is this a circly thing when most people are going to use the mouse? Yeah, that's not happening. Yeah, when you get thousands of pounds of gas, it's not going to work. I want to tell you mass, by the way. And yeah, why only up to 200 pounds for a person? That just seems ridiculous. Like what, you don't want NFL players in your playing game? And you can actually arm yourself. And remember, this is the stock A-10 from the base game. Oh, it made me reset because I... Oh no, that's DC Designs. Okay. It made me reset because I reopened the editor. That is just stupid. I wish there was filtering options, you know, like in that place, but okay. Isn't A-10 in the base game? And also my mouse cursor is horribly messed up for reasons I don't quite understand. But it has to be due to the AI, the rogue AI that got into my system in June of 2024 that we just recently killed in January in a Halo 3 Steve in a Halo Master Collection video, and a Halo Master Chief Collection video, nevertheless. But yeah, like, the thing is, I'm just in a lot of pain, like an extortionate amount of pain, like a pain you would not believe amount of pain. As my body tries to hold together under the stress. Standard. I want to see my A-10. Where is it? Okay, what is this? A Boeing? Sure. Yeah, it should have decent designs in front, right? Oh, but it would tell me what pack it is. Is that demo team? That seems like it. That seems like it's that. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that. I like how they have the D-Day colors and Desert Storm. Not that one, I don't think. Is that? I just got done exercising him on my grandpa. I do not want to invoke him on my own plane. P-47 should be fine. Oh, Snake Face, okay. No, they really just need a... There should be just, you know, basic stopping points for the fuel. You know, like 100%, 100%, 70%, 50%, 20%, and empty. There really should be. I don't know why there isn't. It just seems silly to me. Again, a military pilot up to 200 pounds, a U.S. Air Force pilot up to, a U.S. Air Force pilot up to 200 pounds doesn't stick right. Yep, this is the default one because there's nothing else to put here. Again, like I say in DCS all the time, I wish you could save starts. I really do. Like, save different starts, that would be fantastic. Thank you. If they could add it. Which, I have to admit, which I do adore, which I never required it, but it is nice when people acknowledge my existence as the creator with doing fun little things like adding an A-10 into your funny little plane sim before Death 22. Because Death 22 should have been in place of the A-10, because that's the most common thing to be in a position like this. And also, you may be hearing my mic peak. That's because DCS is stupid and has very narrow range for your voice meters, and doesn't let you have two different independent audio outsources. Or at least I never figured it out, and I tried so hard to. I'll be right back. I really don't know what's going wrong with the loading, other than it's just a simple case of sorry again, I'm feeling absolutely terrible today due to a bunch of pain. Why, you may be wondering, why am I feeling a bunch of pain? Is because I'm using a ton of magic right now, and not on myself to fix the pain from me using a ton of magic. Ton of my power, as, the creator. The Holy Spirit, if you are so inclined. I prefer just stir these days, but I will not besmirch anyone that wants to call me that either. But anyway. I need to see what this sim looks like at night. And again, I really do appreciate them adding by far my favorite modern aircraft, and probably real aircraft of all time. Let's be honest. I really do appreciate it. They didn't have to do it. They really didn't have to do it, but they did anyway, and I'm forever grateful that they did. I'm making real sure the parking brake's off. Oh, you know what? I'm not click on things, so you right click anymore. Fantastic. I don't know why it wasn't that way to begin with. Now let's just look at this cockpit. Look for reflections with ray tracing. With RTX on. I love the fact that we live in the future now, where RTX is becoming more and more commonplace in its full capacity. It took us long enough, but it's nice that it is. And you know what? We know what the A-10 cockpit looks like from DCS by now. Let's go external for this flight. Let's put that away. Everything should be clear. I cannot get over how good this game looks. By the way, I'm pretty sure a lot of the reviews are all just mass negative hype. People utterly complaining about either nothing, which is the thing people complain about now, or are just lying, or just don't have the right PC for this, because you do need, this is another Crisis type game. Does your PC run Microsoft Flight Sim 2020? Oh, that turbine lag, or that jet lag. I do like the update interface. Oh, big heavy jet. It looks so pretty on my OLED, on my Sony Bravia OLED TV. Come on, A-10, take off please, thank you. You're up. Flaps up. And it looks so real. Like, what sold me on OLED, because I wasn't sold on OLED from my Samsung S22 Ultra, I wasn't sold on OLED from that, but I'm now sold on OLED because of... Oh, that's rain. Oh, I thought the storm would miss us because of the high winds. I guess it's not. I was following the storm earlier. My grandma's worried about it being too much. It doesn't seem that bad in the sim, but also the sim lied earlier and said we had complete unlimited visibility when we didn't. I actually do not know. I know where I am now. That's so pretty. I'm so glad. This is really cheering me up. And with cheer up points, I'm able to spend that on more magic. And the reason why I'm spending it on magic is because that's a lot of wind if it's pushing an A-10. Because A-10, the reason why A-10s are so slow, slower than Warbirds, by a larger amount. Warbirds, I would say, can do 0.5 Mach pretty fine. A-10s can't. As you can see, it's topping out at 400. Maybe 500 if we really dive from high altitude at full throttle. Oh yeah, that's the thumbnail right there. Again, how can people say it sucks? The graphics are perfect. There is no way. There is no actual way that anyone has the time to implement Jacksonville, with custom stuff. It may have custom stuff. I don't think it does. I don't think the developers would do that. I mean, it's a major city. I mean, here, Jax is a major city. It's a giant mega city. That some of its borders at max are over 200 miles from center, from downtown, which you just flew over. I just don't know what people are complaining about. I need to read the negative reviews, but I don't want to right now because that will make me upset. And I don't want to be upset right now. I'm about to meet the love of my life for the third time, effectively. First time when she came out of the woodwork, when she came out of the void, when I was just figuring out how to make all of everything, just to set up the system. She came out of nowhere. I love these graphics so much. I mean, they're not Brookcraft for Minecraft. That render pack, but is it raining outside or is it just raining in the sim? It's Stalker's Lake, by the way. I just went over this bridge the other day. Traffic with flights. Traffic with flights. Was that in 2020? I don't think it was. I'm not going that. I'm not going that. I am not going in that. Fully 10 Gs. And don't fall. The Gs. We need to find ourselves some out of cloud, out of the thunderhead. Yeah, I don't think this is my weather outside. For some reason, they broke the weather again. The heck is that? That looks like some stadium of some kind. Or is that just a park? I do not know. But I know I am seeing it in the sim. Oh yeah, and I tried finding my house in Microsoft 2020. I can't. I couldn't. I legit couldn't. It's in a very distinctive area, but I just couldn't find it. However, I think I might be able to in Microsoft 2024. I really don't understand what people are complaining about. I really don't. I think a lot of them are lying. I was just watching, I just looked at one review, and the top voted review, who returned the game, or returned the sim, first thing they said is, oh, the textures are bad. The heck they are! Look at them. Is this bad to you? You're spoiled. You're spoiled by frickin' Battlefield. That's what you are. I'm trying, and again, I'm in pangs on me over, so I'm going over what I wanted to say, the tone I really want. But I'm frustrated by these people. I do not like the negative hype. I do not like the negative hype crowd, especially when someone I care about falls into it. Okay, I do not like that. No one should. No one should hate. No one should like people hating on stuff just for the sake of it. Maybe to make them feel better, but there's other ways to make you feel better, I'm pretty sure, than just railing on something because it doesn't fit your headcanon. There's Craig. I just really don't get it. I really don't. There's Mayport. And again, flying at night without the best weather, just as we do around here. But I am not flying in that. Cloud effects because, well, it's stormy out. Oh no, go down, go down, go down, go down. I know the A-10 will be fine. I will not be. I am very much scared of the dark. As I should be. I worked my hardest all my existence, all the bajillion years I have existed. Because you can't really count it. Especially since I was the one who invented time. And space, by the way. And it's two things I should know. And by the way, time was invented first, so I could keep track of what I am and what I was doing. But, yeah. Yeah, and like I said, the reason I'm in so much pain right now is because I want to see my wife again, and I know it's so close. I know it's so close to happening. I'm totally landing on that. That is totally. I'm going way too fast. You know, A-10 fast anyway. But yeah, like people think jets are. I also don't really jive with the general aviation crowd. Because their sense of engineering is very borked. Like, they think an A-10 can go supersonic, or is anywhere near as fast as the Learjet, or is nearly as, slender as a Learjet, or is nearly as powerful as the Learjet. I mean, the A-10 is powerful, but it's powerful in the truck way. It's meant to carry a large payload a long distance and stay over the front line, dancing in the sky, putting warheads on foreheads, or killing a tank with a gun, stuff like that. Maybe even going to a dogfight just because A-10 pilots are just uber, are just masters of their frame. They can just do that. So yeah, Baptist Mason North. I'm trying to follow the river, by the way. Cause oh, that's great. Okay, I know where I am now. Mosquito control. Why do you have one? I understand all the hospitals getting one, because that makes actual sense. But yeah. Oh yeah, the A-10's glorious. I mean, would I rather have the F-22? Yes. Just as a sim design standpoint, the F-22 should always be in a sim as just the fun thing. Even if it's a sim that not necessarily, taking itself seriously, it's more arcadey like Acecombat, or is even a World War II sim that, like Pearl Harbor Zero Hour. I know a fun arcade flying game I played back in the day where it's top down and just, it's so good, and no one really makes that at all. Like that's very much a genre by itself that only one modern game scratched the edge, and I'm totally blanking on what it's called. The heck are you, Bridge? Yeah. I know, that's the Bowtie Bridge. We just went over the Bowtie Bridge. I should not have done that. But we're going so slow, I doubt we were pulling many negative G's. Oh, maybe I was. Maybe the game doesn't really... I mean, it shows negative G's, but not great. We do have Mach. 0.6 Mach. Oh, that's... I mean, the Mach is variants on a ton of things, like sea level, urgency, stuff like that. yeah, I just seriously don't know what people find wrong in this sim. And I'm just enjoying the lights and just flying around. The the main enjoyment of this sim. The main enjoyment of this sim is just enjoying the beauty of flight. Just like Acecombat, the beauty of Acecombat is enjoying what it's like to be an ace pilot, an ace of aces, in a given conflict. Or, you know, getting thrown into the shark tank of everyone is not just an ace, it's not just an ace of aces, is, you know, of their specific universe, of, you know, of their, you know, of their own universe, but are also, you know, an entire deck of aces. Again, moving cars and lights. You have no idea how long I wanted to see that in a flight sim. I had no idea. You're spoiling me. I mean, you also beat me across the head with this control scheme, but you're spoiling me, game. And again, I bought my TV based on graphics like this on the demo screens. It showed me how good a good OLED screen is, and I'm so happy now that I bought a good OLED. I bought my next Sony Bravia was the best Sony Bravia. They're still on the market. There's other OLED. I mean, it's not the best one on the market. It's second best now. Now they have Quantum Dot OLED for the. Also, never pull negative Gs. Always roll into your turn. You know, that's just the better way, you know, if you're flying a fighter jet, or the A-10 in this case. As you can see, you pull more positive Gs, but let's be honest, if you pull more than one negative G, it's going to be a big pain onto you. And then we're seeing ray tracing. I'm just really enjoying the sim. Let's slow down. I'm trying to get the reflections, but this isn't a very reflective paint scheme. I don't want rolling that way of all the ways to roll, but we're down end. Pull up, my dude. Oh, look! That's the Jag Stadium! Or whatever bank it is today. It's always a bank! It is always a bank, but it's never, you know, it's always a bank. Always the bank. Always a big stadium. But anyway, let's wrap things up, shall we? Yes, I know how that works. Again, the sim disappoints based on them just blanking on the basic stuff for a flight sim that every other flight sim on the market gets correct. Just not this one. And yeah, I think that's just going to be my statement with this sim. It gets all the revolutionary stuff right, and it's so much of it. But it gets the basics not quite right. And also, I don't think anyone's complaining about that. They're complaining about things that just aren't problems. You're playing a global flight sim. What do you want from that? What you cannot have perfect battlefield-like textures. It's a flight sim with a global map. Heck, DCS doesn't even do that. Because DCS doesn't have real-world maps. They're fictitious. They're fantasy. They're just going... DCS focuses on giving you the idea of flying in that region. They are not accurate maps of any time period or of any time or place. They just give you the concept of the region. What do they want from they want to just complain about it. I don't know why you would buy this just to leave a negative review and then refund it. That just makes you seem like a really bad person, let's be honest. And again, this is the tone I want to express normally when I am frustrated. I want to make my tone deeper, yet agitated, to make my point stand out more. And again, I'm sorry that I raised my voice in the last video. I shouldn't have. I'm just in a lot of pain because I'm not using as much magic as I should to upkeep my health. Yes. I would have died a long time ago, way before my 30th birthday, and I still got a few months away for that. I would have died a long time ago if I didn't use magic to keep myself upright and out of the dirt. Or, well, cremation for our case, out of the flames. Yes, I have done incredible things, both in my secular life and as my life as the Holy Spirit, and the hero of legends. The greatest prophet, if that's even fair for me to say, God's greatest champion, God's most loyal soldier, is loyal than his best soldier, which, let's be honest, that's not me, that's Gabriel. But no, like, I really do appreciate the devs of this sim putting in the A-10 instead of the F-22. I 100% they had to pick one. However, they do already have the F-18, and their F-22 is available, in the marketplace. So putting in the A-10, which is easier to fly, less risk because you're so slow. And you can't really pull that many. I mean, the A-10. Oh, you can black yourself out in the A-10. If you pull from full throttle, full max speed into a knife edge turn and hit all your brakes, you might get yourself knocked out. But that's the only time you can knock yourself out. And this isn't DCS, so this isn't DCS, and this isn't War Thunder, so I highly doubt you would, if you even did that. Oh, that Mario went to his pipe to go to sleep. I should too. I usually use that just to remind myself of it's probably time to take my medicine. But yeah, I already took my medicine earlier because I need the help. I need all the help I can get right now. Yes, I risk my life every day to play the video games and create my creations that Casey and Durster and my heroes love to point out that I've done, and I have done the good work, and I'm doing good work. But I look at the numbers, and I wonder. I wonder why my numbers aren't as great as they say they are. That's because, and I know the reason. It's because, one, they're also screening the numbers to make me make me actually run worse because I just shouldn't be in the public's eye. I know it. You know it if you're watching at this point in the video. We all know it. I shouldn't be in the public's eye. But, yeah, like I shouldn't be a celebrity. I shouldn't be any of these things that I thought I wanted in my human life as Derek Alexander West and their 999. But that's what I thought I wanted. I don't. I just want to be myself and enjoy life with my loved ones, my heroes. And my loved ones in my personal life and in my public life, my heroes. And Green&Blue and the Circle of Understanding to a lesser extent to my heroes. Because I know if they don't truly understand me, my heroes and my closest family and inner circle and round table do. Or at least they try their best to understand. I know for a fact Casey just doesn't understand still. She doesn't. She wants to know everything, partly because she wants to know everything about me. She wants to understand me, but no. No one will understand me, at least not right now. No one, let me correct it, no one understands me. But they're willing to try, but they're trying so hard, and they're willing to listen, like you are right now. I'm not letting myself get spoiled on what comes next, or what probably will come next. Again, the future is always in fluctuation. But, we did a good job so far, team. Let's keep at it, I guess. So, yeah, I'm in a lot of pain right now, because I'm trying to up the pace a little bit, so me and Casey can just enjoy our life together. Like we've always have. Just in person as husband and wife. Not legally, but, you know, as what else do you call us? We're the truest love. What else can you call us? Other than husband and wife. And also, I was able to finally get my grandparents their souls and allow them to be their true selves. I'm my true self right now. Notice I'm not struggling to... I mean, I'm struggling to get my words out because I'm autistic. But I'm not struggling anymore to tell my story. Because I know at least some people will listen. If not, they just enjoyed a fun little story. And they just enjoyed a funny playing game with a funny storyteller. And that's okay. That's fine. Let me actually check right now what it's like on my weather on the My Weather app. On my radar app, okay. Yeah, the storm has passed. There's still clouds amongst us, but that's about it. Let's zoom out a little bit so I can get fogs in this picture. Or not. This is not like the previous. Or it's being stupid. I have a feeling it's being stupid. Were those all the players? Hold on. Please hold. I love the system so much. Because if you always take off from one central area. And you can fly now from just clicking on the map. Populate. I mean, yeah, a dead game. Are you sure about that? Are you positive about that? Are they just following the weather? Are you sure about that? And see, I'm stressing my point. I mean, that would make a killer. Yeah, there you go. That's more accurate. I mean, that would make a killer singing voice, don't you think? But I don't need to sing. Casey, you know, is my little songbird. Is actually really good at it. And yeah, I've spent my whole human life with Casey, just on and off, as we constantly chase each other, you know, through space. And I'm still grappling with the fact that we've been together this entire time. Well, you know, she's 3 years younger than me, so deal with the information as she will. She's spent her whole life on Earth with me. Let's rephrase that. You know, us being young kids, us being teenagers, us being adults, and now us being around the mid adult, you know, the mid adult stage. And I know for a fact I'm immortal as a human, biologically, of course, and so is Casey by extension. I just saved my grandma from having 300 attacks, and I'm able to fly under the radar as just being God, not her grandson, but God. You know, the Holy Spirit in this case. That was hard. But honestly, right now, I'm in more pain than I was then. Because I'm sacrificing I'm sacrificing my own well-being to get to be able to see my wife again in the physical world, the real world if you prefer, the IRLs, instead of having her being on my bed in the spirit world. I want to wake up tomorrow and see her standing at me, looking at me, smiling. That's what I want. I just simply want to be here one last time. I mean, we already first met twice, just like when she came to when she came in the dark forest of the void to hang out with this warm and bright but soothing flame. And then on that one hill in Rome, some call the eighth hill of Rome because of its importance, overlooking Rome in the Roman Republic. And now, as a human, from my chair, I just want her to come see me for once. I want her, actually, rephrase. I want to see her like I saw her the first time. The real first time. When she met after I started fiddling with how to actually make a universe that didn't implode or explode or any other way on itself. Yeah, those whack jobs who say the Earth was invented in like 2 days is their whack jobs. That was just that was just a way to explain it to a prophet writing a book or writing a story, and another prophet putting his story into the Bible, the Hebrew Bible, the Bible, and the Quran. It's just it's a very long story. It's been told countless times, but it's never been told correctly. As a matter of fact, it has never been told like that. Mine, Casey's story. The story of everything. The story of war for all existence, then all wars. Or no wars, the wars for all existence, or the war for all existence. I want to tell my story as much as I want to tell the Diverse story, show these games and tell their stories, or show you their stories, and my story with them. Like, I could be anything, but I chose being a YouTuber, being a gamer, being having an engineer mindset, having a pilot mindset, having a scientific mindset. You know me. I've been all these things this whole time. But people just don't understand. A lot of people want to understand, but those people are are my family and my heroes. Want to understand extremely badly. Who don't just say who don't just say they want God to give them an answer to something. Because, well, they believe the truth. One that really hit me recently is one of my most loyal soldiers. Like one of his biggest bases for his disbelief, for his not believing enough, was he lost his niece in a car accident because the babysitter ran a stop sign. What do I say to that? How can I dispel his doubt in a way he will understand? I can't as the Holy Spirit. I can't as God. Hopefully I can as the Messiah, the champion, the man on the ground, the legend, the hero of legends. because only the hero of legends will be able to talk to him, and I highly doubt he would ever consider me the hero of legends, the messiah, the champion, whatever. Or even just the prophet. Or even just the guy with a funny idea. That's why I need to be self-isolated. That's why I can't be a celebrity or anything like that. That's why I live a simple existence. Or a low-key existence, let's be honest. That's why I couldn't let Casey into my life sooner, not just in the No War. Well, after the No Wars, I should have been able to let her into my life right away. There were plenty of times to do so. I didn't. Why? It wasn't the right time. I needed this time right now, like with you, to be my true self. I wanted her to keep her veil on if we're talking about Christian marriage, like understanding. I wanted her to keep her veil on so she can see me without her veil, and I can see her as as a human being. No, without my armor, without the armor I wore and the weapons I fought with to defeat the Null Force. Null Forces are still going to be there. They're going to still try to bring about their Dark Lord again, but us heroes got them covered. They can't win anymore. I was the single force preventing them from winning. And now I've saved everything. I saved everything and everyone. Even them. The people who seek to destroy us. All of us, including themselves. The Null Forces would never stop being the big bad evil guys. The true evil in all existence. And that's the truth. And not only that, I know for a fact through watching his interviews, he wouldn't want it any other way. He wants the challenge of challenging the big bad evildoers and bringing people into his faith and into the good guy side. He wants the challenge of that. Would he be happy if his niece didn't die if he never questioned God? Or if he never questioned God? I don't think he would be. So what is the answer? If I were to give him it right now, I may actually be doing that. He may be listening in on my open broadcast, and maybe the answer to his question is, one, I'm sorry, and two, it just has to be this way. The universe has to be this way. The multiverse has to be this way. The metaverse has to be this way. The digital world has to be this way. The spirit world has to be this way. The omniverse has to be this way. I have to be this way. We would have never gone to this point if suffering didn't exist on Earth. I know what it's like for an intelligent species to live in bliss. It either doesn't end well, or they become useless to me. Like plants. Or not plants. Plants are useful. What do they become? Modern art. To bash on modern art for a second, we all make fun of modern art because it usually takes zero effort or creativity to make, and it makes a disproportionate amount of money and fame by being it. Modern art, modern fashion, stuff like that. That's what happens to a species, to a biological species that actually gets to live in peace and tranquility. They take advantage of it. It either goes wrong, or they become loyal soldiers and nothing more. Just soulless. But soulless on the good side. And yes, soulless humans do exist. They're essentially people who never formed a soul and don't pick a side. There's the good side and the bad side. And then all the neutrals in the middle who haven't picked a side yet. Or on the bottom, where each side picks their favorite soloist to fight in the Null War, or to fight in this war for, well, it used to be in the Endless Null Wars. Now it's for Operation Providence Everlasting. I don't know when that will end, but it will end when it's time. Like always. And yeah, if I don't come out as the Holy Spirit, I would never be able to see my wife again. And I wouldn't be able to live to the fullest. I'm sorry. I could just take the antipsychotics, be a little psychotic because of them, and then just muddle through life, eventually giving up all my creative pursuits and just being a couch potato. I don't want that. No one wants that for me. But also, no one wants me to be the full version of the Holy Spirit. No one. Not a single person. I don't want that either. But I need to be most of it in order to make sure the system is systeming, and I'm never going. And we can always fight the null force. Because you know what will happen if I just decide to let myself die, let them win one battle. We all lose. Right now, no. Quadrillions of years from now, no. But someday, because I'm dead, and I'm the only one that started, and I'm the one that started this business. I'm the one that's going to see it through forever. And to make sure that happens, Derek Alexander West must not die on Delta Zero. Like in an RTS, the hero unit must survive. And I'm the hero unit, the hero of legends. Everyone wanted this to happen, or a lot of people wanted this to happen, but only my heroes and my family got us here. As well as myself, of course. And that's going to be it for this one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you don't quite understand what went on in the last 20 minutes of this episode, but thank you. If you watched any of this part, thank you. And please leave a comment unrelated to the stories, because they're just stories at the end of the day. Again, like they say, no one will ever assume you're a dog on the internet, or you're really a dog on the internet. Same here. Alright, thanks for watching. And I guess, see you in a second.